By the way, and I'm not sure where we're doing it. We may be going back to America, but Bill Maher, Merv Griffin next week, Christina Ricci, and a musical group called the Violent Femmes. Wow, what a week on the Late Late Show. My next guest is our second Oscar winner this week. We had Faye Dunaway on earlier. I guess that's another advantage of being in L.A. Great guests. You may have seen him in such films as Good Will Hunting and Armageddon. His latest, Dogma, opens today.
See, in the beginning, it was just us and him, angels and God. Then he created humans. Ours was designed to be a life of servitude and worship and bowing and scraping and adoration. He gave them more than he ever gave us. He gave them a choice.
The greatest actor of our time. This is Ben Affleck! Only 15 people stood up. There he is. My God. The Beatles. Thank you for doing the show.
Thank you for coming. I think you actually are the greatest talk show host who ever lived. It used to be the Roe Show for me, but then the Roe Show.
Who's that?
You didn't watch the Roe Show? Rolanda.
Oh, Rolanda. How did I forget? Yeah.
Richard Bay,
Richard
the Roe
Bay.
Show, and then Kilborne. But now that I've had some exposure,
I love being compared to Richard Bay. No, but
he did the funny noises, remember?
Right.
The guests would be that womp womp.
I think you watched more than I did on that. By the way, we've all seen Ben in the movie screen. I've actually met you a couple times. You look good on the movie screen, but I'm always taken aback. In person, you are just you're a very handsome man, as they say.
Thank you. Well, you're very well groomed.
Tall.
Well groomed.
Tall. Okay, it opens today, Dogma. We're all on the fence. It's controversial. Are we supposed to go see this, Ben?
You are supposed to go see it. In fact, it's kind of required because otherwise you won't know what to say.
We have to make
Monday
our own decision.
at work. You do have. That's how you do that.
Right.
You go, you see it, you make your own decision. No, it's really actually not very. I mean, I guess it's controversial. It's not really the legitimate, like the church or any kind of serious-minded people. It's kind of like Frank and Larry with their internet site in their basement protesting. You know what I mean? And getting their name in the papers.
So nobody important is.
No, nobody important is going to get in your way.
Our audience, some of the guys
just
who'd be
some
watching.
of the low-end folks.
Right. Now, you're reunited. What an all-star cast with Matt Damon. Now, we want to go see you and Matt together. Do we have to sit through other people in the movie, or how does this work?
Only a little bit. No, you do have to sit through some other people, but they're all right. They're pretty good people to sit through, actually.
George Carlin?
George Carlin, who's really cool. He's he's very good. It's funny, like to do these movies, and I don't know any of these people. So there's like Carlin and Chris Rock and Alanis Morissette, and I sort of don't know what to think. And you have this sort of hero worship sense to them, and then you're like, wow, George Carlin, I'm a big fan of yours. And he's kind of like, yeah, kid, I got tapes. I'm funny. I was real funny. Gives you a couple tapes, and he's kind of like, go watch that in the room, and then come back.
He makes you brush up on his legend.
He wants you to know the material.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
I hope Chris Rock he didn't do that to you.
No, but Rock is like, anybody want some little penny sneakers? It didn't sell that well, so he's got some in the trailer that you can get for free.
And I don't want to ask about Alanis. What was that like?
I thought that Alanis was going to be very, like the girl from the record. I thought maybe she'd be very hateful towards me and my gender in general, and really angry. And I was afraid I was going to remind her of all her savage ex-boyfriends, and she might castrate me or something. And then I met her, and she's just this very kind of like innocuous little Canadian girl, and she's like, hey, hi, how are ya? Oh, great. It's so nice to be here. It's a whole movie. And I'm like, what happened to ironic and the pill? And
that ruins it for all
go down on you in the theater. She's like, oh, I don't do that.
Is she, what role does she play in Dogma?
She plays our Lord and Savior. And I don't know why they're protesting this movie.
Yeah.
It just seems like, she plays God.
And Kevin Smith wrote and directed it, and you worked with him before Chasing Amy.
Yeah, we did Chasing Amy, which was a success, and
you must
Mallrats,
enjoy...
which was a catastrophic failure.
Right.
I don't know if you saw Mallrats, but...
But you enjoy working with Kevin.
I do. I like working with him. He's really, he's a very good guy. The only problem, really, is that he tended to, particularly in Chasing Amy, you know, he had his script, and it was this little movie, this little budget, and I just thought, hey, it'll be fun, and we'll go there and we'll try the scene like in other movies.
Right.
And if you would deviate even the slightest little bit from what he wanted you to say,
right.
he would get really upset. He'd stop the take in the middle, he'd kind of come out and he'd be like, cut, cut. And I kept trying my own little bits, and kind of like how I do on the show.
Yeah, you're a very funny guy.
And
you do a lot of ad-libs.
I do the ad-libs. And eventually he just was like, you know what, let me tell you something. You think you're so funny, you think you're talented, go write your own script.
And that inspired Ben to write Good Will Hunting. Is that
I had something to sort of thank him for. Of course, then I realized that when I actually wrote it and had to give it to other actors, that, you know, because when you're just acting in it, you figure, you know, whatever, it's just the lines. And then when it's your script and other people are saying it, you're kind of like, and they just start trying out their weak material. Right. You're kind of like, this isn't just something that we just thought up. You know, we really poured over this stuff and thought it out. And I realized everyone gripes about, like, the studio executives and giving you the bad notes, and that's sort of the Hollywood cliche. And I realized it's actually the other actors who have the worst notes.
Well, don't tell me. You wrote Good Will Hunting. I hope that the funny man Robin Williams didn't ad-lib anything.
No, well, Robin threw in a thing or two of his own. Yeah, he'll do that.
He'll do that
from time to time. But no, it's not really the Robin actors. It's more like the egotistical actors who they pretend that it's notes for the scene, but really it's kind of like you're acting in a scene with them, and they'll be like, you know what, I had an idea for this scene where maybe you don't talk.
That's good.
And maybe you're back there,
and
I'll just turn and talk to the camera.
That's good.
And it'll be my soliloquy, and you're kind of like, well, yeah, I guess that could be good. You know what I mean? And
that's terrible.
I've been cut out of more movies that way.
Now
I was in The Graduate originally.
Now listen. You're 27.
You know it's a bad joke when you get
no.
Cut it out.
You're 27. You're a huge star. First of all, you haven't peaked too early.
I'm trying to get to Richard Burton, but I'm.
But you haven't. We don't have to worry about you, do we? I mean, as far as you're always gonna be big. You're not gonna be like being naked playing the bongos anywhere one day. I mean, you're.
I do that all the time. No, I think it's. I think, you know what, like the people. I think you're a bad judge of kind of your own character, but I've noticed in other people I know, like Matthew McConaughey, who's a really great guy. Right. You know. And other people who I've met who are famous, I guess, for lack of a better word, that really what it tends to do is kind of exaggerate the qualities that you already had. You know what I mean? Which is good for me, because I wasn't all that nice a guy to begin with. You know what I mean? Or all that considerate. But now I can say, instead of just like I do something sort of rude or inconsiderate, and they just kind of be like, this guy's a jackass. You know, now they kind of go, well, he's changed. You know, it's Hollywood. That's the way it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I guess your advice is to the young jackasses out there is to go into movies.
Try to get into the pictures, because you can
that
really
way
get away with stuff.
You will then be accepted.
Yeah.
Are you at all nervous about 5 questions? Because I know you're a very competitive guy.
I'm very tense, but I think I can handle it. Yeah.
Stay with us. 5 questions. Ben Affleck.
Tonight's Late Late Show trivia question. The hot new LA catchphrase is A, see you later, Isimo. B, until we meet again, Isimo. C, see you soon, Isimo. D, goodbye, Isimo. The answer when we return. The answer to tonight's Late Late Show trivia question. If you said B, until we meet again, Isimo, you were correct. Here once again, Craig Kilborne.
Ben Affleck is right here. Let me. I don't want to put you on the spot. I want to ask you about some. I'm sure you get a lot of scripts to do movies in the future, and we took a poll in the office, and the leading ladies, maybe you decide on who you work with, depending on who you like. We had the men in our office want you to work with Angelina Jolie. The women are pushing for Jodie Foster, and then 3 guys want you to keep working with Matt Damon. But how do you pick? And is there someone you want to work with?
You know, it tends to be like, you know, by the script, and then who'll take me. You know what I mean? I'm attached to the script. They kind of find out. We lose a few right off the bat.
Right.
I actually like Jodie Foster. She'd be really cool to work with. I mean, You know, I like these like women that aren't quite as famous. Like, you ever see Fargo? Frances McDormand.
Yes, yes.
She, I think, is incredible. You
Yeah.
know? Or you know, that Julianne Moore. Did you see her in Shortcuts?
Did not. I don't
didn't
see
see that
enough
movie?
movies. I don't see enough movies.
She was in 9 months, but in Shortcuts, she did some really wonderful work.
And you and so you just decide. You write your own scripts, but so you take other ones, and you guys decide.
Yeah,
and
which is largely I don't make any of those decisions. Actually, it's all my agent, Patrick Weitzel.
Now,
Incidentally,
he is supposed to be one of the top agents in Hollywood.
That's largely a myth.
Right.
He is.
Is it Whitesburger or Whitesell?
It's Whitesell. We call him luckiest man alive around the office, but he's a very nice guy.
This is going nowhere. It is time for 5 questions. We actually were told, these are tough. We were told that you're a very bright young man. Where did you go to college?
No, I didn't go to college. You got the wrong information, but go ahead, fire away.
Did you drop out?
Yeah.
You dropped out of college.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that bodes well.
Your new movie is Dogma. We all know Mann's Chinese Theater is on Hollywood Boulevard. Where was Jesus crucified?
On the cross? He was Golgotha is a hill.
Oh my God.
Where he was crucified.
Calvary or Golgotha. That is correct. That's a good one.
Calgary is where the Flames play. And
Calgary, right, Calgary.
But we know there's a monster in Dogma. That's how I know that. I don't know.
Are you a sports fan?
A little bit of a sports fan here.
True or false, the Boston Red Sox will win a World Series title in your lifetime?
True.
False.
Oh!
Besides Little Genie and Someone Saved My Life Tonight, what's your favorite Elton John song?
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road?
Incorrect. Benny and the Jets is what we're looking for. All right. Because this next one I don't think you're going to get. It's a 5 questions classic. I've asked it once before. In 1961, this is baseball again. Roger Maris led the majors in home runs. That year, who got hit in the head with the most balls? It's very tough.
Don Baylor?
Liberace. Oh. I cannot believe that. They wanted to hear it, Ben. You need this one for a good score, okay?
I do.
We were rough on you.
I'm going to be bad on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire,
Right,
I think.
right.
Yeah.
It's the rare audio 5th question.
And finally, Ben, come on, admit it. You could kick Leo DiCaprio's ass, right?
Yeah, he's a pretty big guy. He's a pretty big guy.
He's tiny. He's very tiny.
Do you know?
The answer is?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't. You'd have to be Celebrity Deathmatch. I beat Matt on Celebrity Deathmatch, though.
Yes. The answer is yes, you could. That is correct. Yes, you could. Thank you for being here. The movie is called Dogma. Big hand for Ben Affleck. We'll be back with Jamila.
Coming up, Craig tries desperately to keep it real, despite supermodel Jamila's efforts to make it not so real. All that and, oops, there's the EWOK guy again. Look at him. We'll be right back.
Por favor, siéntate. Gracias. Pero no.
Thank you, Ben, for coming back. I know you're very busy.
De nada.
You're working on a project.
Por supuesto que sí.
Now you speak.
Claro que sí, por supuesto. Bueno.
5 seconds in. 5 seconds in, I've lost the girl to Ben Affleck. No, Ben, you speak fluent Spanish?
I speak a bit, yeah.
Okay. Ask her how to pronounce her name. Again.
Él se dice que usted se quiere mucho, pero tiene pito muy pequeño. Y sabe que quiere saber si...
I think it's como se llamo, isn't it? I think that's all it is.
Si quiere tener algo a comer con él más tarde, ¿no?
Well, I'm gonna think about it. I don't know.
What the hell did you just
She's
ask
gonna
her?
think about it, dude. I don't know if it's gonna work out for you, but... ¿Cómo te llamas?
Jamila.
Jamila, sí.
Jamila.
Sí.
Jamila. Okay.
Con J, ¿no? Algo como eso, sí.
Do you like? So why do you like? You like horses?
Yeah, I love horses.
Yes, she likes horses. She does.
And Do a lot of women in Argentina grow up and ride
Hay
horses?
muchas mujeres en Argentina se gustan los caballos, sí, ¿me entiendes?
Yeah, yes, but it's not like everybody have a horse in Argentina.
It's not
go
like
with the
everybody
horse.
has a horse in Argentina.
I see. So not everyone has a...
No, not everybody. Some of the people have
a
horses,
horse.
and
Yeah.
then what happens is some of them don't.
I see. So it's some of them do, some of them don't. And
Yeah.
what about
Gracias.
De nada.
Gracias.
steak? Is red meat very common then to eat in Argentina?
¿Te gusta la carne?
Yeah, it's very common. It's very good, the meat.
It's better than normal red meat, like in America?
Es mejor que la carne de América.
Yeah,
no? ¿Sí o no?
think so.
Sí.
Yeah,
¿Un
it's
poquito
very
mejor?
good. Un poquito mejor.
¿Hay otros programas por la televisión que te guste mejor que este?
Hell, they're talking
No,
about.
no.
Can I? This was a magazine that we've been looking at, and we're not going to show you the pictures. 'cause
Híjole, mano.
Híjole, mamá.
but there's something that you said in here that I found interesting.
La madre que me
Yes,
parió.
besides the horses and steaks, it says eventually she wants to go.
Sorry, yeah, no, go ahead. I'm just trying to...
Eventually, she wants to go back to Argentina and ride her beloved horses and eat her beloved steak and turn her back on modeling. She doesn't enjoy modeling, or
¿No
what?
te gusta tomar las fotografías?
Yeah, I love my job, but you know, like,
She likes her job, and yet she finds it in some ways unfulfilling, a little bit shallow, sometimes superficial. She's a lot more
think
than
about me, you know?
a lot more than a pretty face. She's a very intelligent woman, and she likes meat and horseback riding.
She likes being right. We're getting a lot. We're learning a lot about Jamila. It also, here's a quote from you. I am in this business, but I'm not consumed by it.
No estoy consumado de este.
What does that mean? What do you mean by
¿Qué
that?
significa?
Well, you know, like I'm,
Pues
like,
estoy...
like I'm, you know, I'm not a big consumer. Like I'm not buy a lot of clothes or like, you know, the. You
She doesn't
understand
buy
me?
a lot of
You
clothes,
understand me?
Greg. She just doesn't. No, she doesn't. She
doesn't?
does not buy a lot
You
of
know?
clothes.
Jamila does not buy a lot of clothes. That is beautiful. All right. Stick around. We're going to play the very popular Game-O-Matic with Jamila and interpreter Ben Affleck when we come back.
Stay tuned for Game-O-Matic with Craig Kilborne, gorgeous supermodel Jamila, and her interpreter from the new film Dogma, Ben Affleck. If you're going to be in the LA area and would like to attend a taping of The Late Late Show with Craig Kilborne, please call 213-833-6469 or visit us on our website at www.cbs.com.
Oh, we're back, and we don't know where it's going to stop. Stop! Oh, my God, it's on Gaucho, everybody. They're going to try to test my Spanish. Darn it. Let's check the rules. Here we go. Gaucho, here are the rules.
In Gaucho, gorgeous supermodel Jamila will have 45 seconds to answer questions posed by Senor Craig Kilborne en Español, por favor. 5 or better is a winning score. Buena fortuna, Jamila. And remember, as they say in Argentina, don't put 2 eels in the same hat.
You need 5 and 45 seconds to win Late Late Show T-shirt, and here we go. 45 on the CBSI. ¿Qué es la capital de Colombia? Colombia.
Colombia?
Yeah, Colombia. What's the capital?
Bogotá.
That's correct. ¿Qué es la capital de Peru? Peru.
Lima.
Lima. You can always use Ben Affleck to help. ¿Qué es la capital de Brazil?
Brasilia.
Yeah, that is correct. ¿Qué es la capital de Paraguay?
Ciudad de Paraguay.
Incorrect. ¿Qué es la capital de El Salvador?
San Salvador.
That is correct. ¿Qué es la capital de Chile? Chile.
Santiago.
That is correct. Santiago. ¿Qué es la capital de México?
Ciudad de México.
Sí. ¿Qué es la capital de Nuevo Jersey?
Jersey City?
No.
Newark.
No.
Red Bank.
Trenton. Nice job, Ben. Now, you still got enough to win, though. You got 6. Congratulations. Thanks for playing Gaucho.
Awesome.
Big hand for Jamila. We'll be right back after this. Stay with us.
When in New York, guests of The Late Late Show stay at the Essex House. When in Los Angeles, guests stay at the beautiful Farmer's Daughter Motel. For unmarried, single, heterosexual male guests of the show, Vanessa can be reached at extension 47.